What is up, guys? TNM Games is back, and this time I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks in setting up an awesome base layout. So let's get to it. Okay, the most important tip is your stronghold. Your stronghold is the core of your base. You have to protect it. So once the stronghold is destroyed, your base has been destroyed. So always have the stronghold in the center. Next, your troop portals. Now, troop portals are very important, and most people don't have them protected. Always have your troop portals well protected, especially from dragon attack. Okay, from air attack basically. So what troop portals do is they give your enemy mana. Once you get the mana, he can summon more spells, more troops, and you are basically doomed. The next tip is builder huts. Do not put your builder huts in the corner where it's totally less likely to get attacked. Basically, have your builder huts somewhere where the enemy has to break them down, alright? Because builder huts don't give you any mana. These are the only structures in the entire base that don't give you any mana. So have your enemy take down the builder huts, and in that process get hit. So if the enemy deploys his troops right here, he has to take down this builder hut while getting shot at by this guy, right? So that's why always have your builder huts in positions where enemy will take fire, as well as he has to destroy your builder hut. Next, your Primus Conduit. Now this is your Primus Conduit. What this does is basically speeds up the adjacent defensive buildings, alright? So here I have some watchtowers and my catapults. So you can have up to 4 buildings touching Primus Conduit, okay? Always have your Primus Conduit somewhere in the center of your base. And one more tip I've read online is don't upgrade your Primus Conduit early on, because if you upgrade it way too high, like level 4 or 5, your Primus Conduit charging abilities get way too expensive and you can't handle it. Next tip is your catapults. Now your catapults are your core of the base. Especially if you're below Stronghold 8. Stronghold 8 and below, your catapults are the main defensive buildings. They do crazy amount of damage, especially to soldiers and archers. Wardens just get taken down. So always have your catapults maxed out somewhere in the center of the base. Do not put your catapults somewhere on the outsides, like where my watchtower is. Basically, give your catapults a lot of time to take down the enemy. So they have to be centralized. Alright, the next tip is having your base compartmentalized. Now in this game, compartments are not very important. They are not important. Having your base in the center covered by defenses is way more important than having it compartmentalized, because you can't really have a lot of compartments in the beginning early on in the game, especially below Stronghold 8, because you don't have that many walls. So having one big central compartment is totally fine. But later on, compartments will matter, but not early on, alright? So the next tip, the most neglected tip of the game, is having your base set up at the very corner. What this does is basically, if you have your base set up at the corner, as you can see, this is the range of my defenses. If you have your base set up at the corner, it prevents the enemy from deploying it at those corner edges, because if they do deploy it, they'll just get obliterated. Look at this. This guy's shooting over here. So is my catapult shooting, so is my watchtowers. So everything is covering this left upper corner and right upper corner. So they can't deploy, and if they do, they'll just get obliterated. How you do that is basically, once you have your base entirely set up, all you have to do is go to the edit mode, click that diamond icon on the left lower corner. See the diamond icon? You just click that and you select your base. You just have to drag it. So you just drag your base, right? So I have my base dragged out, basically like cropping a picture. That's how you do it, okay? And then I can rotate it. As you can see, I can drag it down, drag it top. I can set it up like this. I can rotate it back to where I wanted it, right? So once I have my base completely set up, I can push it to the corner. Very easy, right? So that's how you do it, guys. And that's it. Those are the most important tips and tricks for defensive base layout. So those were the important base layout tips and tricks. Don't forget your stronghold, your troop portals have to be covered. Next, your builder huts, they have to be protected as well. and your enemy should be destroying your builder huts. Next, your Primus Conduit. Always have your defensive buildings adjacent to your Primus Conduit. Catapults are very important. Below Stronghold 8, above Stronghold 8, your arrow launchers are very, very important. Okay, and next is compartments. Compartment is not as important in this game, and always have your base set up to the corner. Hope that helped you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button if this video really helped you out, and like it, favorite, it helps me out a ton, guys. This is TNM Games signing off. Peace, guys. Bye bye. Shoo!